My family. I hope you guys are being strong out there. It is May 8th. I am here. I want to start this video off tonight with a moment of silence for our fallen soldiers and also for the leaders of this world and for peace and for mankind. You guys can fast forward to the charts tonight. I hope you guys are doing great. This is a beautiful night. There are things going on in the world that need our attention. There are things that are going on in this world that do not make sense, right? But if you understand the charts, please, you will predict the future. You will, by learning and by investing in yourself, you will be able to unlock the secrets of the news. We can't tell you exactly what the news event's going to be, but basically, I'm going to get into the charts, you guys, tonight. It is a pretty crazy night. I'm going to try to get some more videos out to you guys. I am very strung very thin right now between work and family. Cheers, you guys. I am just drinking water and some hot tea tonight. I hope you guys are doing great. The charts are going to tell us everything we're going to need to know. Okay. I've been looking at the 2-year chart. So this is the 2-year bond market. Okay. And we basically had this top in March. Okay. And ever since this March top, the interest rates on this 2-year bond have been dropping. Okay. And money is a very confusing thing, but basically the Fed, all it does, it makes it seem like it does this amazing, thing, but all it's really doing is chasing the 2-year treasury bond. Okay. The interest rates. And so, the bond market right now is signaling that the Fed needs to reverse course, and they're always late to this show. They're always late to this. And we need them to actually, this needs to happen. This needs to happen now. And they need to reverse course, immediately, basically, is what the bond market's signaling. And not only that, but, this liquidity crisis, you guys, this thing is it's pretty crazy right now. Okay. And I just wanted to go over, hash rates for Bitcoin and Litecoin reaching all-time highs. This is the market right now. This is this drop in the bucket of the whole world's wealth. Okay. And I go over it every time, but I want you guys to be in this top tier here. I want you guys to have, commodities, land, silver, gold, and cryptos. Okay. That's this is not financial advice on this channel, but I want you guys to own towards this top of this pyramid, because this thing is a beast based on debt, and it's going to collapse upon itself. And then we're basically going to get a reset, you guys. Okay. The credit system is probably going to freeze. Okay. This one it's like the tip of the iceberg. Okay. And if you guys think FDIC insurance is going to save you, then you really need to reevaluate your life and what counterparty risk means to you. And if you're super well off and you guys are, want to maintain your wealth, then it's advantageous for you right now, basically, to, deal with cryptos and metals, you guys. And metals is actually, probably, I would like to get into metals tonight because, silver, okay, what is silver doing right now? And then we're on the 4-hour chart. We are breaking out of this descending wedge. Okay. And the rest of the market, a lot of the commodities, I would look at commodities first, because if commodities start having this super cycle, it's going to signal a couple of different things. Okay. We could be nationalizing mines, or, the economy really is doing a little bit better than it normally is. Okay. Especially silver, because of the copper industry. Okay. Because most of the silver comes from copper, and copper comes, and the mines do well when the economy is doing great. Right. So that's actually when we get most of our silver. as a byproduct of copper and zinc mining, I believe. And so we bring this metal in, okay. And right now it's not worth, it's only a byproduct right now because silver is so undervalued. And it gets weird. I would say it gets weird with commodities because the price is set in this paper market, like in all commodities, okay? And it gets to this elasticity point where the cost of manufacturing this thing is so separate from the futures market or the paper market. And so when that happens, there becomes these distortions, and it's insane to watch that happen because the futures market shouldn't be setting the price of something that's mined out of the ground that has all this like labor involved in it, okay, with heavy equipment and building a path up to these mines, getting the infrastructure in place, paying off the town, paying off the fines. It takes like 10 years to get a mine operational. And so with the commodity bull run, these things happen like very, very slowly, but then they start ramping up because these permits have passed, and also the current economic status starts. The question of trust always gets answered, right? And that's what we're having, this crisis of trust. We're having this crisis not only with, not only is, you have to laugh, right? You have to laugh at this crisis of trust, and it's happening before our eyes, and we need to wake up to the charts and what's going on. I think this is going to be one of the most hated commodities and crypto bull runs, you guys. We might be still a little bit early for the crypto sphere. The regulations, I feel like, the U.S. government's been stalling. Everybody's kind of waiting for us to kind of make up our mind about cryptos and how it's going to be treated, especially around stable coins. And I think that, Tether and USDC have a very good chance of taking the place of the government bonds that are being bought that by, traditionally other central banks. But, in the absence of those bonds being bought by other central banks, they can be bought by stable coins, and to reaffirm kind of like the US peg, at least, to the dollar, so everybody knows what's worth what. And I think that we have a really good chance of maintaining our status, basically, because and the normal, because of the current infrastructure already around stablecoins. And if we can latch onto that and make rules, then I think that the US is going to be stronger for it, because we do have the infrastructure right now, the energy, especially to compete with any country that's out there. Okay, so I love the United States. I love you guys. I really hope that the regulation, anybody that works for can influence that, and anybody that, if it comes up to a vote, you guys, you need to support your crypto friendly senators and congressmen, because they are holding in their hands the freedom of us, of the people. Okay, and debt slaves and bondage is not the way. Okay, so you guys be aware of your surroundings, be aware of your current status, especially with food and energy and community. Like, you guys, I suggest what's her name, Lynn, she preaches the 7 different the things that you need to worry about. Okay, and money is just this little tiny part of it. Like, yes, have real money. Okay, have silver, have gold, have Bitcoin, and Litecoin and ETH, and have those things, and then you'll be okay. You're owning the tip of the pyramid. Okay, and things are going to collapse into those things. So you really don't need that much. You just need to have some. And I would, definitely, if you have a ton of money in the banks, guys, please be safe. Okay, like that is ridiculous. Silver is continuing its breakout. It just kind of had daily consolidation. Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin is actually breaking out of this wedge. So I told you guys I was going to enter into a short. So I entered into a short right here. Okay. Because I'm hedging against my holdings. I've definitely been, I dollar cost average every week. Okay. So that's kind of just like a strategy that I have. But the price target here is like, $20,000. I would, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging around 23. And basically I'm going to play it all the way down. I don't think it's going to break 22. Okay. Again, like I think that this is going to, come down to this level of the VPPR. Okay. So this is going to come down here. It's probably not going to come down that far. It's going to come down to it's probably going to come down to here. Okay. And then I think we're just going to have this like pretty violent like correction, you guys. And, it's obviously not exactly, what I think is going to happen, but, the volume right now is just dismal. I think that a revisit of this, not this trend line, even though on a crazy wick, it might get down to like, I guess 20 again. It'd be crazy to go back to 20,000, but that's not out of the ballpark, and we need to shake out some of the new hands, and that's kind of how cryptos move, right? There's a lot of people longing. You got to shake out the positions before you rip it to the moon. Okay, and unfortunately, most people get liquidated on this thing. So a lot of really good strategies involve the 4-year like accumulation zones and just kind of knowing bottoms, or if you're not at a bottom, like close to bottoms, right? So let me move out to the daily here on Litecoin. I will move out here. We are, Litecoin's been having this like bearish divergences like form on the cipher, but really hasn't played out very well. So I don't really like that indicator so much for Litecoin, but I would say this head and shoulders is actually very concerning. And then like a continuation break. I would say, really a break of like 74, 74, like if it breaks past 74 right now, Litecoin, then this head and shoulders has a very good chance of playing out. And then this next level basically is at this huge VPBR level right here at 55, 56. So I think starting, it might even only go to like 63, but I do think that, if this head and shoulders plays out, then, the price target is down here, like at this 56, 57 range. So that's only on the short term, you guys. Long term, I'm obviously super bullish on Litecoin, super bullish on Bitcoin. I think, we're in this like super cycle, you guys. We're gonna just, this thing is gonna pump, and like the adoption curve, this thing is gonna only increase in volatility. So if I am right, then we're going over 250K basically Bitcoin on this next cycle. And I think that we're gonna start increasing. Like we're gonna start increasing this thing, and I don't know what's going to come out. We're these pullbacks right now. I think there's a lot of players. There's a saying in cryptos that if some of these players are like, they think they missed the boat, they actually have the ability to grab that boat and reel it back in. Okay, and that kind of, I feel like, is what's going on right now. Like there's some big players that want to get involved in crypto, but don't want to be buying Bitcoin at 28. They want to be buying 20, sub 20. So, wait for a pullback like that if you're really going to heavily accumulate, but anything under 20,000, you should be buying. Like, not financial advice, but, accumulate. That zone is a very opportune zone. So if it does come back down there, Litecoin on the other hand, we are actually starting to bounce a little bit, dude, off this. This is a zone here, and like I really want to see Litecoin hold this area. If we can hold right now, and currently like we dipped down to like about 75, now we're bouncing. So if we can hold 75, that would be a pretty amazing area for Litecoin to hold. If we don't hold that, then I think maybe a retest of this 50, 56, that area, 50 to 50, 48, I guess basically. Is very possible. So, expect the unexpected, have some cash in their hand as a reserve in case this thing does like just decide to bottom out and Google's getting involved or Apple's going to start picking up some Bitcoin. There's going to be a lot of heavy players, you guys, picking up at 20,000. I'll be involved in that as well. I hope you guys are doing great out there. Don't be scared of the markets. Use the blood on the streets. This is when you got to psychologically train yourself to think exactly opposite. Like, red days is when we should be buying. So dollar cost average, I think, even now is an amazing time to dollar cost average, because I think, the next 1.5 years, 2 years, you guys, we're going to hit that 250,000 mark. So that's honestly what I believe. I think this banking situation is the wild card in this whole situation. And I would say that the S&P, the regular stock market, I think that's kind of doomed, but I think cryptos has a very good chance, at least, to act as that buffer for the transition into the new monetary system. So be you guys aware, be aware. Like, subscribe to my channel if you guys aren't out there. I have litecoindont.com is my news, is where I get my news. So I'm here for you. If you have something that you want me to cover, any tickers, you guys let me know. I'm out. Peace night. Have a great night.